Ride for Roswell is one of the nation's largest cycling fundraising events, bringing the community together to raise money for Roswell Park. The director of Ride for Roswell, Andrea Gregory, joins us this morning to share how you can get involved. Good morning.
Hi.
This has to be a busy week for you here as you get closer.
It is. The team is working really hard along with lots of volunteers to get ready for this weekend.
This is a big event. When you think about it, more than 25 years now, it's become one of those events that's kind of a defining part of Western New York summer at this point.
Absolutely, and it's kind of a way to kick off the summer, and this is our 29th year, and we're expecting over 8,000 riders to participate. We've got about 1,500 volunteers that'll support throughout the community, so it really is a community-wide event that the community's embraced, and we're so fortunate at Roswell to be, the beneficiary of all of the great work the community does.
Can people still sign up to ride at this point?
Yes,
okay.
Our registration is still open. You can register today online. It shuts off tomorrow morning. If someone's interested in joining us, they have to register at UB North Campus on site.
I think a lot of people see the signs and see the coverage of Ride for Roswell, and they're like, well, I'm not a bike rider, so this doesn't mean anything for me. But that's not true, right? People can still get involved even if they're not riding in it.
Oh, absolutely. And the riding, we have lots of different distances. It goes from 4 miles to 100, but we do look for volunteers and supporters and spectators on campus. On Friday night, we have what's called the Celebration of Hope, and so we invite the entire community to come out. It's why we ride, and that's what we celebrate that evening on Friday.
Why is it so important, this money that you're raising? I mean, it seems obvious, but kind of in your words to you, why is it important?
Yeah, so this year we've got a really big goal. We're trying to reach $6 million, and we can only do it with the entire community's support. And really, the money makes a difference. And it's patients of today that are currently going through their battle, and it's also the patients of tomorrow, because the research is so important to fund, and the clinical trials, and we have what's called our Scientific Advisory Committee, which is our seed funding. So it's getting the ideas off the ground. And so all of that collectively together is what the $6 million goes towards. And so that's why all of the funding is so incredibly important, because it's people today and it's people tomorrow.
From a logistics standpoint, are you doing anything, it's still going to be pretty hot on Saturday, not quite as hot as today, so that's good, but do you kind of have advice for riders as far as dealing with some of the heat?
Yeah, there's lots of advice that we'll be sending out over the next few days, but we want everyone to make sure they stay hydrated, water, electrolytes. We want to make sure people are wearing light-colored clothing, lightweight clothing, sunscreen, and really paying attention. We will have there'll be water available everywhere. We have rest stops out on the routes, and we're activating our hot weather plan so that we can make sure people have opportunities to cool off, whether that be with a hose or whether that be in a bus that's got air conditioning, things like that. So there's a lot of activation happening right now for the heat, but everyone's got to do their part to make sure everyone stays safe.
Given the time of year, you got to be ready for it all, and it sounds like you are very prepared. So good luck this weekend. Hope it goes well. All right, thank you so much for coming in. And speaking of the weather, Mike is going to have an update on what we can expect for the Ride for Roswell and other weekend events in his forecast in just a bit.